Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every week. I also share an extra monthly video or a Zoom call with my patrons. The link to check out that is down there in the description. Today's video is sponsored by Sprouted Planner. I am so excited to bring you these 2023 planners from Sprouted, a weekly, a daily, a monthly little notebook, some other notebooks, and a notepad. We're going to get into all of it. Heather, the owner and creator of Sprouted Planner over there, she is such a kind, genuine human being. First of all, I have so enjoyed getting to know her and work with her over the past year or so. This is my second review video for Sprouted. So I introduced you to Sprouted last year, and her weekly planner made my top 5 weekly planners video last year. I will link that one down in the description. Her daily did not make it only because I didn't have it in time for that video and had not checked it out. Who knows which one of these might make it in a top 5 this year, but she has made improvements. She has bumped up the paper to 120 GSM 80-pound paper. It is really nice paper, you guys. So if you used it last year and you loved it, except maybe you wanted a little bit thicker paper, there it is. It's done, you guys. She also has amazing covers this year. Look at this box that your planner comes in. A really nice box if you want to keep your planner in or just store other things in. The whole mantra and theme of her company is be intentional. We're going to get into that. And here are 2 of her covers. I believe she has 3 covers total this year. Her box just feels so nice when you get your planner in it. And I love the purple color, because I've just been drawn to that lately. And here is that purplish blue color on this leaves design. You also have a beautiful, vibrant stripes, kind of watercolory textured looking. So these are the 2 covers I have for you, weekly and daily. Let's just get into it, you guys. And before we get into it, I do not want to forget to mention that I have a 15% off code to Sprouted. Sometimes I have messed up and said it's 10% on Instagram, but because that's what most companies give me, but she is so generous. She has given me a 15% off code for you guys. It is a one-time use only. The code is Amandasfavorites. So if you are purchasing, do not forget to type in the code if you've not used it before. I am notorious for forgetting to type in codes, you guys. Her cover is hard. It's a very portable weekly planner. Do you guys see this? It's very lightweight and portable. You have bright gold rings this year. She has added a really unique feature. Not only does your planner come with a bookmark, it comes with a pop-in bookmark that says intention is the seed that creates our future. And it's an actual with a ruler on it, so you can use it. It functions great. Comes with that, but it also comes with a ribbon page marker, you guys. This is something you do not see on a coiled planner a lot, but it actually functions well. So if you need to mark more than one section in your planner and you want to have like a page marker attached, this is just attached to the back of your planner and can be moved anywhere. And I know you guys are going to ask me for my ribbon test. It barely goes to the end. Heather already said that she already knew she wanted the length increased in this for next year. But there you go. It does go to the end, but next year will probably be increased. Look at her beautiful tab colors for this year. I love how every month is a different color. You guys know me. I love it. Every month is a different color, and you have kind of an ombre effect there going through the year. So it's just happy. It makes me happy. So when you have gold corner protectors there, when you open your planner, you have your nameplate page. Don't be afraid to just write your name in there the first day you get it. You have a little pocket. It is a pretty thin pocket. Heather also said she wants to up that next year, but it is a functional pocket, and it is stuck on there pretty well. I mean, I've pulled on it a lot. It has not come off. It's just not super heavy duty. When you get into your planner, first thing you have is a letter from Heather. And I just really love this letter. It's so heartfelt. I'm going to read it to you guys in here. I don't know if I'm going to leave in the whole reading or not. If you don't get her planner, I just want you to hear this letter anyway. As a fellow planner aficionado, I know what a big decision it is to pick a planner for the year ahead. I am grateful you landed on this one. This planner is simple, intentional, and reflective. It has plenty of room for lists and notes without the overt emphasis to drive and achieve. I really love that, because that's what a planner is about to me. It's simple, intentional, and reflective. And my planner, to me, I don't want a planner that has an overt emphasis to drive and achieve. I know some people do, and they're in that season of their life, and there is nothing wrong with that. But just the season I'm in, I really resonate with Sprouted Planner and with her mantra of be intentional. It is the planner that I needed when I was going through the hardest years of my life so far. In 2016, while trying to adjust to life as a new mom, my beloved dad was diagnosed with ALS. Geez, you guys, I didn't want to get emotional, and I don't know Heather in real life, but I couldn't read that. Add in going back to work full time, buying a house, and moving twice before the year was over. I felt like I was barely hanging on. 2 excruciating years later, my dad passed away. Within that time, my family came together with shared intentions to support, help, and love each other. It was a time for action, but also a time for reflection of what was happening and the ability to process and document it. The planners I had during that time were devoted to achieving goals, finding my passion, and tracking habits. It did not serve me well in that season. And I think we can all relate to that when our planner is just the wrong one for the season we're in. It's not that it's a bad planner. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, and it might serve us well in another season of our life. But that's why we all search for the planner that serves us for the season that we're in, for our mindset at that time, for what we value. I learned the valuable lesson that life is fluid and ever-changing. It's filled with different areas of focus at different times. Time keeps moving forward, and we must live with intention and make room for reflection. Through it all, the to-do list never stops. Oh, so true. It is my sincerest hope that this planner serves you well in whatever season you're in and meets you where you are. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Cheers to an intentional year, Heather. And I honestly had no idea I was going to choke up when reading that, but just because I fully resonate with understanding the season that she's talking about, the season where you are barely hanging on, to where a planner that is focused on being driven and lots of boxes to fill in can actually make you feel worse in a season like that rather than helping you. I really love her simple planner and the intention behind her design too. How to use this planner. Of course, I love this line. There are no rules, no tutorials, no how-tos. Whatever works for you, do it that way. That is what I say in almost every single one of my videos, isn't it? When I say, of course you could use the planner this way, it's their intended way of use, but use it however it works for you. There are no rules with planners. I always say that, and I love how she put that in there. She does talk about this planner was designed with 2 main elements in mind, intention and reflection. And she talks about that here. And I really like what she says there too. Living with intention and reflecting, and what reflection teaches us. So you have a monthly layout, you have a weekly layout, and you have monthly reflection in this planner, since this is your weekly planner. And then she talks about intentions versus goals. Intentions are a mindset, a mental determination. Goals focus on an outcome, something you plan to achieve. And there is nothing wrong with goals, and we all need goals at different points in our life. And if you are goal setting, the practice of tying goals to intentions and ultimately to your values can be a powerful shift. And she talks about like an example of that. It gives you an example. So she talks you through that. You have 5 prep work pages up here in the front. So you have that notes page to go with intentions versus goals. You have a people page. I love this page too, you guys. I wish I could just read you all of this, but I can't. Heather has just put a lot of thought into this planner, into every detail. Like I said, I love the intention behind it. And then you have a notes page to go with people. Then you have a reminders page for each season. You guys know I love seasonality. You can see why I personally resonate with this planner. It doesn't make it a better planner than, any other planner I've reviewed. It's just each of us in different seasons resonate with different things, and different planners serve us better in different seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall, those are for like your reminders or projects, or maybe you're going to note like bucket list items you want to do with your family in this season. So it doesn't have to be like your to-do list or chores in that season. It can be your family's favorite meals in that season. Or it doesn't have to be your bucket list. It can be after, as the season's going through, write down the memorable things that you did that season, whether you have a family and kids or not, the memorable things that you did that season that you want to remember that made a difference for you. Then you have here laid out your 12 months at a glance. You can write in these boxes. Yes, the words are going horizontally, but if you turn it horizontally to use it, this tripped me up at first. You actually have to go backwards. So you have to read from right to left. You could do that if you want to write horizontally. If it makes the most sense for you, that's why there's a grid there. So you can write either way. But it goes in your quarters here, January, February, March, April, May, June. You have your whole year at a glance to write in and use any way you want. I like that there's no label. So of course you can use it for the traditional birthdays and anniversaries and vacations, days off school. You can use it for bills like I use mine that come up only, 1 to 4 times a year. They're quarterly bills, twice a year bills, things like that. Just so I know when they're charging and coming out. I also use it for all of our well visits and dentist visits so I can see when we went and when we need to go back. So that's what I use mine for. Then you have a year list. A year goes by faster than we think. By this time next year, what do you want to have done and experienced? Just something to think about. It's kind of like your bucket list. What do you want? Each month has a reminder to come back and look at this, to schedule these in. What are your hopes for the year ahead? So those are your 5 prep pages. It's not too much intensive prep, but it is enough prep to be intentional about the things that matter to you. You have 2023 at a glance. You have all your 2023 U.S. holidays and observations and notes at the bottom to put anything you might want to add extra in there. Then you have 4 lined note pages at the beginning, but don't worry, this weekly planner has a plethora of lined pages, you guys, at the back. There are 62 note pages at the back of your weekly planner. So not only does it feel so lightweight, but you still have 62 lined note pages, each with a header back here. So you will not have to have a separate notebook with you if you need a lot of room for notes. But you have 4 up front, which you could use, as intentional pages to go with your intentions for the year, your goals. I call them my possibilities for the year. Where do you want your year to go? Those could go with your prep pages. Your monthly tabbed pages are even thicker than your normal page. So they are like a cardstock page. You have coated Mylar tabs there, and you can see the month from the front and the back. Your monthly layouts are lined, you guys. So many people love this. Light gray lines. There are not that many planners with monthly layouts that are lined. It can, number one, not only help you write more neatly, but it can help you fit more in a box. So for someone who tends to write bigger like me, it helps me fit a lot more in a small box. So if you need to fit a lot on a date, that can help you. Your holidays are light gray at the bottom. You have a look at your previous month and your next month. You have a big box down here to put, you could be listing gratitudes for the month. It could be your monthly intention or focus there, or it could be your monthly reflection. You have like your to-do tick-off boxes down here. You have 10 of those total, 2 columns, 5 each. You have your reminders up here for people, reminders, and your year list to go back and check those lists at the beginning every month, and then maybe figure out what you're going to focus on that month from those lists. So here is a little grid section for notes or focus for the month there. It's a typical Sunday start here and a quote on the upper right. You do not have like a huge header, so she's really utilizing every space of this page. Now, your pages in this planner are a little bit smaller than your typical 7x9 planner. That's another reason why it feels extra portable. Your pages are 6.25 by 8.75, and then your cover with your binding and everything is 7.5 by 9. So that's your cover and your binding. And your pages are 6.25 by 8.75. So I'm going to check the weight, and I'm going to put it in here on the screen for you. But it is 1 inch thick. It has 120 GSM paper, 80 pound, upgraded from last year if you used it, and it is only $40. That's something else I want to talk about with our planners. The weekly is only $40. The daily, your huge full year daily, is only $45, you guys. And I feel like it is a bargain for the paper and for the quality that you get in this planner, $40. And if you have not used my 10% off code yet, you can use my 10% off code, Amandasfavorites, and that will get you $4 off that. So you're looking at this planner only being $36 with 80 pound paper and really feeling like a luxury planner. Take that into account. You also get a ruler with your planner. I love that. Let's look at the pen test, and then we'll go back to like the week I filled out. Here, I was filling out my actual list for this week here to like see how many of the slots it would take up. And like I divided it into home and channel, but we'll talk all about that on another week I filled out. But I was doing that again for this week. It really is such a great functional layout with none of the sections labeled, which I love, which means you use it how it works for you. It's the ultimate versatility, having no labels on it. Then let's just do the pen test. Okay, this is your pen test, dark, mild liners, ERIN CONDREN dual tips, all the pens I normally test. And if you look at the back of this page, absolutely no bleed through. You really can hardly even tell that that page is written on. It looks like a nice clean start to your week. This paper, if you used it last year, like I said, you are going to be so pleasantly surprised. And it has a little bit of tooth to it, you guys. I really like this paper. It has a nice feel. It has some tooth to it. Now, it's not as toothy as ERIN CONDREN. Doesn't feel like ERIN CONDREN paper, so I don't want you to get that, in your head. But it is a nice, substantial paper with some tooth, and it's not like the overly smooth. So if you don't like the overly smooth paper, that is not this. It has some tooth, and it just feels really good. I like this type of paper. Then going back here to a week I filled out. Up here, you have a blank space that you could use for an intention for the week, a focus for the week. You could also use it for like your top 3 for the week. So really anything you need to use that top box for. I like that it's there though. And then you have this bottom box here, which you could use for a reflection for the week. You could also use it as listing gratitudes as the week goes on, or good things that happened that week, as the week was going on. Your weeks, you have Monday through Sunday, all with the same amount of room. You have your holidays noted right here under the date, which just looks really well. And she's used every ounce of page real estate. So even though it's a small, compact planner, every ounce of the page is used. Your dates are up here. And then you have 5 lines here, if you count the bottom line to the divider line, which you can write on that line. So 5 lines to write. This could be your timed appointments on your left. There's 3 boxes over here. So I guess that lends itself more to top 3. But these could be timed. These could be work. This could be home. You can divide this up however you want, but there are 3 tick off boxes in the blank space and 5 lines on your left side for you to use. I would be putting my main things for the day or appointments here, or like my top 3 here really, because I would look here first. And then this might be just some extras, or this might be a habit tick off. There's lots of ways that you can use it. These could be for like something like dinner. Did you do your walk? The weather for the day or something. So those could kind of be like habit tick offs and dinner, however you wish to use it. Then over here, like I said, you have 2 divided to-do lists. There are 10 lines on each of those. So you have 20 to-do tick-off boxes that can be divided into categories. You have a grid section here that would be great for a habit tracking, like my little daily habits, scripture, yoga, read, and workout or walk. So I always have my SYRW written, even on my daily planner. Sometimes I just write it in there to see if I've done it and where I am in my day. So this would be great for habit tracking, but it could be used for anything you want. Lists, you could do more lists here because it's just a grid section. It's 14 by 21. And then you have a completely blank note section here, which I love. I always like a blank note section on a weekly or a daily. I love a blank section. Love that it's there for you to draw, doodle, mind map, or put like a really pretty sticker or quote there. So however you wish to use it. And that is your weekly layout. I think it is so functional. It's like your week on one page and then a dashboard to go with your week. And like I said, this was made for mainly intentions or reflections for the week, but it can be used in so many different ways, those 2 boxes there. I just feel like this layout is very functional because of how open it is to use however you wish, which means throughout the year, as your seasons change and things change in your life, you can change how you're using it because there are a lot of different ways that you can use this layout. I would love to hear all your ideas and those that have used her planner before down in the comments. Please share with us like if you've used it and how you, although she has tweaked this layout a little bit from last year, and I feel like she has made it even more functional. I like it even better than last year's. If you just are so curious and you want to see last year's, I have last year's review video up here on YouTube also. Here is something else she changed from last year. When your week ends, you get a dot grid notes page here. So another notes page thrown in. This planner has a lot of notes pages because of all those at the back, a couple in the front, and here every month. Now your reflection pages have changed that she made them go front to back so that you can tear these out at the end of the year and keep them. Not everyone wants to keep their whole planner, but if you want to keep these for the year, I think that is so smart. You can tear them all out So your monthly reflection is front to back, and you can keep them for the year. Your monthly reflection questions, some are the same and some change every month. I like that. They're very thoughtful in that way. These are the same for every month. Review your calendar from the month. What stands out as memorable? What are you proud of? What did you struggle with? Those are the same. These monthly questions change every month. So January's are about money. And then if you look into February, they are about friendship. And then if you look at March, I just kind of want to give you an idea. It's how are you feeling physically? It's about your physical body and well-being. So every month there's kind of a different focus for reflection on those two questions. It kind of does seem to flow well with the seasons and time of year. I really love that. Then these are the same for every month. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you looking forward to? And what are you feeling challenged or worried by? I think those are really easy to answer. Those are the ones that go by quickly, but I think they're fun to look back on as a whole for the year. And I like that you could tear out these pages and just keep them all together and see like every month, what were the changes and what were you feeling different every month. After your monthly reflection page, which I feel is a really thoughtful monthly reflection, you go into your next monthly page and you do have a notes page on the back of that. And that is the flow of this planner. So if you come into like reflections for October, is where you feeling misunderstood, unvalidated, or underappreciated? That's what those two questions are about. Let's go to the end before your notes pages. December reflections are what brings you peace amongst the chaos, and how was your holiday season? What are you feeling now that it's over? That's good to reflect on to look at the next year. Then you go into a year-end reflection. So you're going to review your whole year, and she gives you some guidance. What did you learn from this year? Are you satisfied with how you spent your time this year? In each monthly reflection, you listed what you struggled with. Is there a reoccurring theme there? Any personal insights? Review what you were feeling challenged or worried by from each month's reflection. How did it all turn out? I just feel like I read a lot of reflections and planners, and hers just really resonate with me in my season of life. Favorites of the year, do you have movie, show, book, article, song, memory, place, podcast, just something fun to record there. And then this is for your next year's planning. You can put your doctor, dentist appointments, big things that come up before you get your next planner. You can write those in here for 2024, which is just crazy to say, right? We say that every year when we're looking ahead in planners. 62 lined notes pages, you guys. That wraps up your weekly planner from Sprouted. It is small, but it is mighty, you guys. You can fit a lot in here, and this could be everything for your whole year. And pull in that ribbon bookmark wherever you want it. So that is your weekly Sprouted planner. Let's get into the daily planner, you guys, which I think is such a good layout too. Now, we're not going to have to walk through the whole planner because you've already seen all the extras that come with this planner. Everything is exactly the same in the daily planner except for the daily planner page layout. So you get your ruler. All your beginning pages are exactly the same. You get everything the same. So you flip to January. I wrote a few events on here just to let you see how even with my big handwriting, I can easily write on the small lines. And I really do like the lines there for guidance because, like I said, if you have many things to fit in a day, it just helps you be able to fit those in, even if you're not someone who generally writes really neat or small. Let's look at a blank daily page first, and we're not going to do another pen test in here because the paper is exactly the same, and we did that in the weekly. Blank page, and we'll look at the Saturday and Sunday. Let's do a blank page first. Your weekdays, you look at the page real estate. Every amount of page real estate is used in here. This planner with your binding measuring on the outside is 8 by 9. These pages are the same size as your weekly planner. It's just a little bit bigger on the outside, a tiny bit measuring because the daily planner is bigger. So just the cover, the binding is bigger. Your pages are the same at 8.75 by 6.25 pages, and it's 1 3/8 of an inch thick. This one, I just used a big piece of beautiful washi. This washi tape, I believe, is from thewashitapeshop.com, where I have a 10% off code on the constant with them, Amanda10, I believe. I will put it here on the screen, and I will link it down in the description too. I just stuck that there to show you there's a huge notes room every day, and if you don't need to use it, if you're someone who actually likes to decorate, there's a huge space to decorate every day. I'm not someone who decorates a lot, even in my weekly planner, definitely not my daily plans. I wanted to just put that there to show you. Or if you end up some days not using it, and then you retro go back and like to decorate your planner that way. Like when the day's over, if you didn't use your note space, you can stick it there. I love the changes she made to her daily pages this year. Let's look at a blank one. You have 15 to-dos. You have a 7x22 grid space. You have 3 tick offs there. You have a top like focus intention box. You have a huge note space, another box down here, and you have 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. with a dotted half-hour line in there. So it's dotted and it's light. You definitely don't even have to use it. You can just write over it and write bigger if you have the dentist. But let's say you have an 11:30 something, you could just write in, your 32, and you could use the whole space. If you need the half hour, then you could definitely write it in, like a call at 1 and at 1:30. You have, pick up kids. I don't think very well on the fly, you guys, with making up plans. So it is very versatile how you can use your time slots there too. It starts very early, 5 a.m., goes until technically 11 p.m. because that's where it ends here. Your daily pages have all the room, no labels, all the room for you to choose what to do with them. You have 15 to-dos, which is a huge amount, but you could also carry over to-dos down here for a separate list. Or this can be gratitude for the day, journaling for the day. This could be scripting for the day. This could be reflection at the end of the day. And here, if you're someone who likes to write longer, I really like her design this year because you could carry over if my to-dos are too long and if I don't need this grid, if I'm not using it for a separate function, I can just carry over my to-dos there because I'm someone who tends to like to write longer sentences to-dos. So I really like that design. Or you can use this grid for something separate, for a separate list, for something you need to map out or track. Your top 3, they could be for a top 3 for the day, but they could also be for like your dinner, your weather, and like tick off whether you did a habit for the day, like took your walk. They're there for you to use however you wish. They could also be 3 gratitudes for the day that you write in as the day goes on. Really can be used for anything. Up here, you can write your intention for the day, a mantra for the day, a focus for the day. It could be at somebody's birthday, but you do have that header up there. You have your date, but no page real estate is lost on this page. Look at this. Every ounce of page real estate was used. Down here could be your gratitude for the day or your reflection. So really a lot of space to use however it functionally works for you. And that could change by day. It could change by week, by season. So you can play around with it. If you get into a new season and the way you were using it doesn't work, you can completely change that. Here is your weekend page. It is very different from any other daily planner that splits a weekend page. Heather is just really innovative in the way that she thinks here. So you still have time slots for the weekend. So many people, I hear this from people in daily planners. I can't share a daily page because I am so busy on the weekends too. Well, look, she has given you your 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., well, really 11 p.m. time slots. The same time that you have on your daily page is here. You can have up to 5 to-dos separated for each day still. You still have a little box for an intention or a header. Your holidays go up there. You have this column in the middle that could be used in so many different ways. You could divide it in half if you need like more to-dos, and you could definitely do like Saturday to-dos up here, Sunday to-dos down here. You could divide it in half this way down the middle. If you write really small and you want this to go with Saturday and this to go with Sunday, you can use it however you wish. It could be just a weekend to-do list. You're not sure when you're going to get to the stuff, but it might be divided into categories. Like, what do we need to do on the lawn? What do we need to do inside the house? And what errands do we need to do this weekend? And then you can map out by the time slots each day about when you're going to fit those in. I think it's very functional. It solves the problem of a lot of people who said they still need their full time slots for the weekend. They need that because they have a lot going on the weekend. I hear that a lot. And I feel like this page kind of solves that problem. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments. And let me know what you just think about the daily page in general. Then you go throughout this planner. It flows just the same as the weekly, where you have the same monthly layouts. You have your reflection page. You have your dot grid page at the end of the month. You have your reflection for the month, front and back, that you can tear out. Your lined page on your tabbed page. And that's the flow of your daily planner. Then you get to the end. You do not have many notes pages at the end of your daily planner because obviously a daily planner is so much thicker. You have your 2023 year-end reflection though, the same reflection, the same planning for next year ahead, and then you just have a 2-page notes. But you do have those monthly notes pages throughout where you get a line page starting each month, you get a dot grid page at the end of each month, and you have those 4 note pages up front too. I feel like it's still a pretty good amount of notes pages for a daily planner. Some mini daily planners do not have that many dispersed throughout. You have your ribbon bookmark, your page marker, same pocket in here, and that is your sprouted daily planner. Let me show you it compared to your weekly planner. The weekly feels so much lighter to me and smaller than the daily, but the daily is, you know, a page for every day of the year, combined weekends. Those are your sprouted planners. Let's look at a few other items that Heather sent me, and when I get the prices, I will put them on the screen. The paper in these items feels the same to me, but I have not gotten confirmation on that. I will put that all on the screen as I edit. She has these cute little notebooks. So if you just need little notebooks, these are almost 7 inches, really 5 by 7. They're 5 by 7 little notebooks. It's thick. It's coated. I feel like it will be very durable in your bag. They are stapled notebooks with just sprouted planner on the back. Inside is just white and light gray lines with the little sprouted symbol at the bottom, rounded corners. And once you bend it back, your notebook stays open really well. I feel like if you need a small little notebook to throw in your purse, these are wonderful. Or a little nightly journal to put on your nightstand, or just a nightly brain dump book so you can go to bed with your mind clear. I love this design on this one. Of course, they all come with belly bands. I just have taken it off the striped one. This is her 3rd cover design. Yes, I'm so glad she sent this. I think this cover is stunning. So you can see her 3 cover design choices together right here for the whole year. The beautiful purple leaves and the watercolor stripes. I don't know her true names. I'm sorry, I should have looked that up before. I go over so many notes and take so many notes, and inevitably there is always something I forget. And then this beautiful one. I love that one, but I like it. I'm generally not drawn to the darker covers, but this one just seems kind of calm and mesmerizing. So those are her 3 covers for this year, and they come in your notebooks. Your notebook actually fits in the sprouted planner pocket really well here. It tucks right in there, and your planner still closes, and it still fits. Let's try it in the daily. If you need extra notes room, especially in the daily with it not having a lot of notes room, that tucks right in there, and your daily still shuts. Your daily does feel very full with it, but it does still shut. So that is something good to note. And then Heather is offering a monthly planner this year, you guys. Let me measure this one for you. It's 6 by 8 is what it looks like. Let's go through this because so many people have fallen in love with these monthly notebook planners. You have a nice coated, the cover is coated. This one doesn't have rounded corners though, like the notebooks. And then you go in your nameplate page. You have a 2023 year at a glance, U.S. holidays and observations, same that is in her big planner. And in between every month, you have tick off pages. So this can be your monthly list or anything you need in between each month. Your monthly meal ideas for the month. It could be your family bucket list for the month. It could be good things that happen during the month. It could be a gratitude for each day, like a 1 line a day for the month journal. Then you go into your monthly layout, lined monthly, all gray throughout. So for those who want to be able to put their own color on, their own stickers on, or for people who don't want any color whatsoever. She has not confirmed this yet. I haven't heard back, but this feels exactly like her planner paper. I'm sure this is the same 80-pound paper with the tooth to it. Her notebooks feel like that too. Just to let you know, they all feel like the same paper. You have a really nice grid room here for a good monthly list. You have a typical Sunday start. Your holidays are noted in a light gray. You have your previous month and your next month. I think this is such a functional monthly notebook planner. It is at that 6 by 8 size, a good size if you need to throw it in your bag, but also if you just want a monthly planner that's easy to flip through at home, like I like to use. In between each month, you have that 1 page with your kind of purplish gray tick offs. Then you go into your next monthly layout, and it does lay completely flat. It is a stapled book. If you just give it a little bend here, it is a great monthly planner as little monthly notebook planners go. And there's not a lot of these out in the planner world. At the end, you have 2 extra notes pages with headers on them. I guess 3 if you count the back of that one. You have 3 extra notes pages at the end besides your in-between monthly pages. So it is a really nice, compact monthly planner. And then this notepad, you guys, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get the page numbers. It wasn't on our website yet. This notepad has a hard back, okay? It's a beautiful linen. It's just picked up stuff from my linen boards. But it is a beautiful navy linen with gold there. And it is so thick. I have no idea how many pages, but I'm guessing like 100 pages on here. It is a thick notepad. I don't have any other notepad like this. I love the feel of it, you guys. It's perforated, easy to tear off. The perforations tear so easily. I think this is going to become my new favorite notepad, you guys. I love the gold foiling and the look of the navy and the gold. But what I love the most is that this back is so hard, like a planner cover, that it feels really substantial when you carry it around. So if you need a notepad that like you can carry, like me, from the kitchen to my bedroom to my office, and you feel like you can write anywhere, you know, a notepad that's not bending, I really love it. I love the look of it, the feel of it, and most of all, I like the function of it. You have so many to-do list tick-offs here. You have a huge grid space here. So if you need to map out more things that you don't need tick-offs for, I like that there's 2 separate spaces like that, or 2 separate lists. This could be dinner ideas here mapped out for the week, and then your grocery list. She has some other notepad designs too. I'm going to have to get on there and look at them. That wraps up our Sprouted planner review. In case you can't tell, I'm genuinely excited about these planners and sharing them with you. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. If you are purchasing, do not forget to use my 15% off code, 15% off with Amanda's Favorites. No affiliate link. Just remember the code to get your discount. It is a one-time use only. Thanks for being here and spending your time with me. I realize there are so many places you could be, and that you spend your valuable spare time with me here chatting about planners really means a lot to me. Take care of yourselves so that you can take care of others. Enjoy the fall wherever you are. I hope that you're getting some nice weather. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.